heading into a little marina at Katakolo to get some water, and the Mediterranean mooring style is stern to, so you put the back end of the boat perpendicular to the quay, which is unlike in the UK where you tend to go alongside. And what you have to do in a lot of the places is drop your anchor out in the sort of bay before you reverse onto the quay. So you drop your anchor and then you attach mooring lines to the quay. There's normally someone there to help you with the mooring lines, like the harbour master or the people who run the marina. In this instance, and in quite a lot around here where there are small ports, you basically have to do it yourself. So this will be interesting because the problem is at the last minute there's a gap between the boat and the quay, so you have to kind of get ashore to get the ropes on. So like I said, this will be interesting. So we're going to go between the navy blue boat and the motorboat over here.
Bit more, Helen.
We were very lucky there because the neighbour came and helped us with the line, so that was obviously a massive godsend. So no one had to do like Jonathan Edwards' long jump ashore. What a lovely port, it's just dead simple. There's hardly any boats in. You can moor up alongside, which is unusual around here. No one's been round to collect the fees. Coast Guard came past yesterday and said good morning, waved, smiled, and it's a nice little town. So this morning we're off to Zakynthos. We've got 45 miles to go, it's quite a way, so we're getting off as soon as we can. We didn't quite make it to Zakynthos, we're about halfway there. The wind died, so we've come halfway back to Katakolo. I am determined to go and see those bloody turtles. So we'd gone for a walk up a hill, stupid o'clock in the day, obviously the hottest point in the day. Anyway, he ran up the hill, I walked. Halfway up the hill we saw some signs for a hotel, and I obviously noticed the bar sign. So we followed it round, well, it said 500 metres, no, try 1500 metres further up the hill. But anyway, we've landed and there's no one here except us on the terrace, and it is the most amazing view. Stuart sat over here testing the chilies off the plant. He didn't think they were very hot, and then he's just tried another one and it's very hot. We're just arriving on Zakynthos and we're at the bay in the south side of it. All this coast down here is protected for the turtle breeding, and we're planning on anchoring sort of over here, the other side of the island, in some nice shallow water. This is what I'm going to call Turtle Bay. It's very famous for the caretta turtles, great big massive loggerhead things. Very excited to arrive here, totally different island, first time here ever. So yeah, looking forward to it, see what Zakynthos brings. There must have been a turtle or two over here because all the trip boats are crowding round. So of course that'll scare the life out of it, all those engines. They're also honking at each other. Here come all the turtle hunters from Laganas. They bomb across this stretch of water. This stretch of water that we're on is in a protected zone for the turtles. You're allowed to pass through it, but you are not supposed to go more than 6 knots. Well, I don't know why they bother, to be honest, with such a restriction, because if they're not going to police it, it's a complete waste of time. All the tour boats bomb across, all the little day boats bomb across. They all bomb over there and have a walk on that beach where they're supposed to be laying their eggs and stuff at night. And then they all bomb round the corner over this sort of zone on the right hand side, because that's where the sort of caves and chalk cliffs and little bays are. Yeah, that's what they do. They just, like I said, turtle chasing. And don't get me wrong, we like the turtles. That's one of the reasons why we came here, because we wanted to see the turtles. But there's no way the turtles are gonna, if they've got any sense anyway, they're not gonna be out in all this. It is one of those funny things. It's the, tourism gone a bit mad. So we've anchored just outside Zakynthos town. There wasn't the wind that we were hoping for today to be able to get over to Kefalonia and back into the sets of islands, because Zakynthos is kind of quite out on a limb. So it was like, okay, fine, we'll just go and anchor for the night, rather than motoring for hours and hours and hours. All the write-ups were quite dodgy for this anchorage, saying it's not protected, there's loads of swell. It just didn't fill us with inspiration, but we went, you know what, it's one night, it'll be fine. And actually, it's fantastic. There's no one here. There's a massive super yacht over the other side that arrived after us. And there's one little catamaran just over here. Well, he's a big catamaran, but he's one catamaran. And the rest of it, it's calm-as. So you've got the massive port just here. Now, the massive port, all the reviews say that there's like these, I say, mafia people. The marineros that work kind of independently, and they catch your lines and they take the fees and they rip everyone off, basically. So we were never going in the port, because I'm not handling that. I'll go mental at this stage. So we were always going to be at anchor. But yeah, it's just a really nice, calm anchorage. Right, what's the plan?
Put life jacket on.
Say again? Life jackets.
Eh?
Life jackets.
Eh?
What did you say?
Put more anchor chain down if it starts to move.
What's the
Hey! What's it?
I'm just asking what the wind speed is.
28.
I won't lie, I'm absolutely shitting myself. I saw on Facebook earlier that there'd been this nasty storm. Well, you could see it was like a tornado, like them water spout things near Paxos in the north. And I've been up to the toilet and I seen the lightning coming, and we got ready for the boat and we shut all the windows because we knew this was going to happen. Forgot to tie the dinghy down because we'd had the dinghy lifted up a bit to get water into, fresh air into the bedrooms. That's what we do when we sit at anchor. We let the dinghy up a little bit. Fucking dinghy started coming off, so we've both had to go up front to tie the dinghy back down. It's absolutely horrific. There's a boat on the move already. There's 4 boats in the anchorage where we are. There's a boat on the move, and hang on, I'm talking. What? You wonder what the fuck was going on. I just said I'm talking in the video, but I am absolutely shitting myself. And the reason why I'm shitting myself is because of that Bayesian thing last year, and obviously that knockdown thing that we had. I'm absolutely petrified now with these storms. We've just seen it's 40 knots on the instruments. Anyway, I'll go and see again what I can capture, but it's horrific. Oh, by the way, it's 4:30 in the morning. pram. The one good thing is that the sea is flat because we are pointing into the wind, but the storm has come from another direction, so we're actually sheltered from the waves and the fetch that you get along the sea. The storm's moved off, so it's calmed down outside now. It's obviously a lot better, so I think it's time I went back to bed. Not the usual sky that we've woken up to, but hardly surprising given the hideous storm in the night. We're moving on to another protected port. We've been there several times. It's called Agio Euphemia, and we know that there's good protection there because we've got strong winds all week till Friday, and that is definitely the best place to be. Plus there's some life ashore and we can get the dinghy ashore easily, and there's a fantastic laundry just opposite the dinghy landing pontoon. So you've got to take all these things into account when choosing somewhere to go hide from the weather. Morning, I look absolutely delightful. I've just been woken up from a really deep sleep because we have to go through the left-cast canal to get back to the other side of it, where the marina is, where the boat is going for the winter. And the left-cast canal has a few opening times. The first one being 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's 7 o'clock. We've got about 4 miles to go up to the canal. You can just see here you've got green and red buoys at the start of the canal, and then over on the left we've got a load of boats at anchor, and then where we were was just sort of back here a little bit. We're just arriving in the zone where the boats are starting to congregate. When we came through the other side, there's an anchorage, so all the boats were at anchor. So when they gave the warning, like 10 minutes to go, the boats started getting their anchor up and they were circling. Here we've got a very narrow channel to hang about in. So we've got a massive motorboat over here. These are all getting ready. You can see them on deck, ready to go through. And the sailing boats kind of just have to hang out in the channel. Then you get these guys like huge catamarans that come up your arse because they're like Range Rover sport drivers. It's a very delicate balance to get the timing right because, like I said, there's nowhere to tie up or anchor here. And you've got narrow channel as well. So you've got to really calculate carefully how you come down the channel to arrive here at the right time. Anyway, it's 5 to 8, so we're waiting for the announcement that it's going to be open. Got that big sandbank on the left, look. Yeah, hug the reds. Stuart, don't cut this corner. Go back in the channel. And that's it, we're through, safe into deep water. So over this direction now to Preveza. You can see the seasons are changing a little bit. After that storm last week, it's definitely been a bit cooler and there's been more cloud. See, I'm still stood in my bikini, so it's not that cold, but there's definitely a difference in the seasons coming in, which is nice. It's a lot more bearable downstairs in the cabin. Right, Stuart, tell us what you're about to do.
So the boat's going to be lifted out of the water in a couple of days' time. So in order to be absolutely certain where the propeller is, I'm going to dive down and mark the position on the hull. So I've got my helper Helen, who's going to be on deck. I'm going to dive under the water and mark the start and end of the sail drive. So the person who's slinging the boat has got clear indications where the sling should be.
Yeah, I'm armed with a felt tip pen. So there.
Just mark it, just mark it.
Well, it's not the same place in both sides, so I need to go and have a conversation with him.
Hello.
Right, the bad news is they're not the same position on each side.
Okay, let's have a look then.
Yeah, see, that's skew width. We've had the tape measure out. We've corrected, there was just a small difference between the two sides, so Stuart's now going back in to visually check it to make sure that he's happy with everything. My big toe is where the tape is.
Do the first one.
Put it on the, so the back, this is the aft one. I can't hear.
The first one.
So this is the aft one. How do you expect me to hear him under fucking water? We've got 40 knots of wind now. This marina that we're headed to is not a normal type of marina. It's mainly for boats being lifted out. They've got way more storage on the hard than they have in the actual wet berths. So we're booked in the wet berths for a couple of days to get all the cleaning and get the bags packed and all that sort of stuff, and a couple of little maintenance jobs done. And then we're due to be lifted out on Wednesday morning. So we're just circling now, waiting to get the call to go into the marina. It is very busy. There's boats coming and going all the time. I just started my breakfast and the guys have come to take the sails off. They will literally launder and clean them and then store them over winter for us in like a massive sail warehouse. They call it a sail loft. But I thought I'd try and get some of this on video without interfering.
Cheers, fellas.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome. Have a nice winter.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have you heard this racket that we've now got once the sails have come off? Here's the bed up in here in the front cabin, getting shit out the bottom, seeing what we need to take home. So that's always a palaver. But anyway, the bedding's all been washed, so that's good. Right, out here, carpet's been taken up. He's got it on the pontoon shampoo in it. I'm now cleaning the floor because it's minging. He's had the cushions off already, so they've already been shampooed. So they're drying in the sun. Here he is, Mrs. Mop. Yeah, so the white carpet's had an absolute soaking. Car shampoo, apparently if you get shit off cars, it'll get shit off carpets as well. So that's looking really good, that. I'm impressed. Laundry's almost done. I've got one load to go and get up from the washing lines. They've actually got washing lines here, which is really good. I'm surprised more places don't have them. I know they're trying to make money out the tumble dryers, but there's something wrong with it being 40 odd degrees. But you have to pay for tumble drying in this weather. I think that's stupid. Oh, and that rattling that was in the mast, he had the riggers back round to come and sort that out, so it is not fiddling anymore. Well, I have to say, Mr. Carpet-Wright has certainly done his job here. All the cockpit cushions are in here now. We won't be using them again. He's almost finished with his bags. Kitchen's mainly done. I have to do the fridge, but we're still waiting on gin and tonic, so I wasn't turning the fridge off before that was finished. All at the back there. Oh, you have to do the minging cooker. Look, I've done the pans, but the cooker's still minging. That's one of my last jobs. And now bedroom, yeah, all the shit's off the sides here. It's all piled on the table, but it will find another home. The basil's going to have to get donated to someone in the marina. His chart table is clean, and just he's packing up that. And yeah, that's a mess because I've had the suitcases on the bed. We've had a very busy day, scrubbing and polishing and cleaning, but that's what needs to be done. So it's all pretty much done now, apart from the fridge and the top of the cooker. It's time for gin and tonic. We are both currently shitting ourselves because we're waiting for the boat to come out the water. These guys are professionals. We've watched them coming in and out the water with boats. They're like doing it every half hour. But we're obviously very nervous after the experience of the boat, dropping the boat. So we're hoping nothing like that's going to happen today.
I've got my grumpy t-shirt on, especially for the occasion.
This is the previous catamaran in the slings, and we've just been guided into the little dock here. Stuart said in the UK we would not be allowed this close. Oh, sling here. So he's putting the sling here, stickers on, so we don't have to go through that palaver of measuring next time. Wow. Look at that green bottom, not a barnacle in sight. There's the access ladder, so not too many gin and tonics later. I have to get back up there. And here's Carl's boat, our friend from Switzerland. He's next door but one. So I like the way Carl's organised and has a full cockpit cover. And we're staying on here tonight because the hotel palaver was just a palaver, so you can stay on board, but obviously going for a wee in the middle of the night, you can't flush the toilets. So I think there's no way I'm going to be walking right back over at the toilet block, so I'll be going in the gravel down below. I don't even fancy climbing down the ladder in the middle of the night. It's our final evening on board, and we're just catching the final sunset, having a sundowner, obviously. Stuart, you go first.
My assessment of the Ionian, it's a fabulous place to sail. The east side of Corfu and Kefalonia and Lefkada is quite gentle sailing, so it's ideal for beginners. There's lots of anchorages. The Greek atmosphere is fantastic. The Greek people are absolutely lovely. You have to bear in mind, in the height of season, there are thousands and thousands of charter boats. The charters putting down 15 metres in 10 metres of water. And we've had a couple of occasions where they've dragged our anchor chain and dislodged us. So we've had this panic stations and sort it all out. So it was never ever quiet. The interesting thing for me, and I'll finish off on this, is last time I came to Greece was 20 odd years ago. The Greek people have really upped the game. The facilities are absolutely top notch. Sanitation is great. The bins emptying the rubbish is fantastic. The harbours are fantastic. The marina that we're in at the moment, Cleopatra Marina, is absolutely first rate. It's probably a world-class marina. And as good as I've ever come across, if not better than most. So really impressed with that side of things.
Stuart was talking about the boat slipping anchors. It happened to us twice. We were on shore sitting in a bar and we just watched our boat sail past and we were like, can you see what I can see? And we were on the other side of the port, so we had to leg it back across town, get in the dinghy. And fortunately, our neighbour had got on board and had put more anchor out and stabilised the boat. And then the second time it happened, we'd just been nearly hit by another charterer that had slipped his anchor. And then within half an hour after, this other boat was lingering round us. And I thought, what's he doing? And then it turns out he's actually got our anchor in his anchor. But again, once we realised that was going on and we'd actually drifted half a mile down the coast, attached to another bloke who didn't have a clue what he was doing, some German fella, Stuart had to shout instructions out, and that was an absolute nightmare. But the worst bit for me was, as well, in the middle of the panic, I'd got no clothes on. I was sunbathing naked on the deck trying to top me white bits up. So I'm scrabbling around trying to get my knickers back on. But that was the sort of never-ending stress of those anchorages.
Put enough anchor chain down and make sure your anchor is set.
So it's good night from him. Kali Nikta, as they say, good night. Final good night. Kali Nikta from him. Kali Nikta from me. Thank you for taking me round again, Stuart. Because obviously he has to manage me all the way around as well. Yeah. That's not easy. But there again.
And try doing that when somebody's got your anchor chain and your anchor on their boat.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not funny.
It's a novelty.
Not funny. But yeah, thank you very much, Stuart. And see you next time.